According to the European Union, there are about 5,000 organized crime networks operating in all 28 member countries, and they have a significant effect on the bloc's economy. A 2016 report published by the Italy-based Joint Research Center on Transnational Crime, or Transcrime, found that illicit markets generate about $125 billion a year, amounting to 1% of the European Union's gross domestic product. So in this video, we are going to talk about the top 7 biggest criminals of Europe. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 7. Ivanks Romans. A notorious criminal from Latvia has been named among the most wanted fugitives from the law in Europe as part of an annual Europol publicity drive. Major criminals are awarded playing cards as part of the Game Over initiative, which is designed to flush out fugitives and bring them to justice. 43-year-old Latvian Romans Ivanks is awarded the designation Queen of Hearts, which will no doubt delight him. As a major drug trafficker, Ivanks in 2019 was involved in the unauthorized acquisition, storage, and forwarding of narcotic substances, cocaine, through several countries for the purpose of disposal and unauthorized disposal. He is wanted for prosecution. Maximum penalty possible, 15 years imprisonment, says Europol. Drug traffickers are instrumental in organized crime groups, and they have little regard for the law. The Queen represents these key operatives and is a major player in the criminal network. Much of the violence associated with serious and organized crime is related to the trade in drugs, and addiction has devastating consequences for individuals and their communities. Help police find these drug traffickers and the network will cease to function. Your information could make all the difference, adds Europol. Number 6. C Zoltan. The fugitive active search team of the National Bureau of Investigation is seeking to establish the present whereabouts of Zoltan Halosi, Hungarian citizen, alias Maraz Zoran, a Slovenian citizen who was sentenced to 8 years imprisonment for serious drug trafficking in Hungary. As he wanted to change his identity, the 36-year-old Halosi reached to be declared and recorded dead in Ukraine on 3 February 2015 and afterward returned to Hungary. His associates were arrested on 19 May 2015 for raising a plantation of excellent quality marijuana in Hungary, close to the Austrian border. At the beginning of the criminal procedure, the fugitive was considered being a witness and interviewed. He used the Slovenian alias of Maraz Zoran, and the authorities had no chance to recognize his true identity at that stage. During the investigation, the authorities found a connection between the fugitive and the plantation. After his witness interview, he disappeared, and since then, he is on the run. Number 5. Bagir Tams. Sandor Isvan and his criminal organization are suspected of running marijuana plantations on properties in the suburban area of Kecskemét and Kessel, Hungary. The farms were constructed for the cultivation of cannabis sativa plants and for drug production. Within their drug trafficking activity, they sold narcotics to further other drug traffickers. Regarding the information established during the investigation, Bagir Tams was involved in committing the crime by taking part in the cultivation and construction activity of the plantation area. In this case, the Hungarian police officers broke up a criminal organization involved in drug production and trafficking in a coordinated operation in April 2021. The operation resulted in the seizure of nearly 100,000 of suspected drugs with a total market value of 690,000 euros. The investigation led to the identification of a newly built and equipped 2-story warehouse, where the criminal organization was operating with professionally equipped facilities for the cultivation and processing of thousands of marijuana plants. Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now let's get back to our topic. Number 4. Ahmet and Mehmet Akpinar. 2 men arrested in Cyprus after the death of Dartford's George Lowe have reportedly admitted to killing him 2 weeks ago in Ayia. Mehmet Akpinar, 22, and Ahmet, 43, were captured in Kyrenia, a city on the north coast of the country, almost a week after the 22-year-old estate agent was fatally stabbed in Ayia. The Cyprus Mail reports that they appeared in court, where they were remanded not in connection with the murder, but for their alleged illegal violation of a military area. Philalethteros, the largest circulating newspaper in Cyprus, reported that Akpinar and Salih admitted to the attack, but said in court they had only intended to injure and scare Lowe, not kill him. George, 22, of Ladywood Road, attended Axton Chase School, now Longfield Academy, and played football growing up for Longfield Tigers. He and his friend Ben Barker were walking along Grigoriev Century Street at around 3:20 a.m. on the night of the killing on August 14. Witnesses say they saw 2 men armed with knives stab the victims and then flee in different directions. Lowe suffered a fatal blow to his neck, which severed his carotid artery. Barker was stabbed 4 times in the back but survived. The court ruled that the men would be held for 3 months pending their hearing, a date for which has yet to be set. The case against the 48-year-old Greek Cypriot woman suspected of assisting the 2 men in the aftermath of the killing is set to appear before the Famagusta District Court on September 1. Although initial reports describe Akbanar and Ahmet as being Turkish Cypriot, the authorities in the north say they are Turkish and Bulgarian respectively. Cyprus police said that a written request had been submitted to the UN on crime and criminal matters for the handing over of 2 men wanted for the murder. Northern Cyprus has been inhabited by Turkish Cypriots since Turkey invaded the country in 1974, dividing the island in 2. The northern third of the island is inhabited by Turkish Cypriots and the southern 2/3 by Greek Cypriots. The Cyprus Mail reports that local Deputy Police Chief George Economou has indicated that the north has not handed any criminal over to the south for years. Kula Anastasiou, a 49-year-old Greek Cypriot woman from Larnaca, told officers her boyfriend had confided to her that he and Ahmet had stabbed George and his friend Ben Barker, 22, following an altercation. She said the argument was triggered when the men rebuked the Britons for urinating in public, but other eyewitnesses say the attack was completely random. Number 3. Johannes Solomon. Johannes Solomon is a 37-year-old Finnish citizen who is suspected of gross tax fraud, gross accounting crimes, and gross money laundering. According to the search notice, the man has not appeared in court to answer the criminal charges. Solomon speaks Finnish and English, is 178 centimeters tall, and has green eyes. He has been on the most wanted list since 2019. The man's wanted notice was updated in November of last year. Mevutisit previously reported that Solomon, who lived in Turku, studied to become a physical education instructor and was an apprentice in the Spanish city of Malaga during his studies. It is previously said that the man has been a familiar face on Spain's Costa del Sol. The newspaper based in the town of Fongirola recently reported that the man was involved in, for example, the import of alcoholic beverages and the transport business. Number 2. Aleksanteri Tamanpoika Kivimaki. Europol has added Aleksanteri Kivimaki, suspected of hacking patient data at the psychotherapy center Vastaamo, to its most wanted list, Finland's National Bureau of Investigation, NBI. The sensitive, confidential information of about 30,000 patients was stolen and used in an attempt to extort money from the company and its clients. The 25-year-old has been known to use the online handle Zekil. In a tweet announcing the Europol listing, the NB referred to the suspect as Aleksanteri Tamanpoika Kivimaki, the same name used in Europol's fugitive description, Sirit Toisin Palveluan. Europol said Kivimaki is suspected of crimes including aggravated computer breach, aggravated attempted extortion, aggravated dissemination of information violating personal privacy, extortion, attempted extortion, computer breach, message interception, and falsification of evidence. ILD has chosen to reveal the suspect's identity due to the social significance of the Vastaamo data breach. Number 1. Aram Konapushi. Aram Konapushi, who is a fugitive from the Finnish police, has remained hidden from the authorities for several years, at least since 2017. His wanted notice was updated in January of last year. Konapushi is a citizen of Iran and is suspected of gross fraud and forgery. A criminal investigation against him is still ongoing. The man is suspected of causing more than 600,000 euros in damages. Previously, Minttu Utiset reported that the man disappeared from Finland after police interrogations. The 34-year-old allegedly managed to live untouched in Finland for more than 20 years. He is 174 centimeters tall and has brown eyes. In addition to Finnish, the wanted criminal speaks Kurdish, as reported by IS5. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.